The following program has been rated GE by the Kenya Film Classification Board. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hello viewer, welcome to GPS TV. This is Chungu Jamii, the station that you love, the program that you have been waiting to watch all this time. Today I have a guest in studio and I have one very important topic to talk about today. We have all heard about the elderly. We know they are everywhere in our society. In our families, you have the elderly people. Today, we would like to learn clearly who are these elderly in our society? How do we take care of them? Have we abused them in any way? Are there some things we do that are wrong to them? Do they take offense? For a long time, our parents took care of us, and now it is our time to take care of them. Our topic today is caring for the elderly, and I have Aisha in studio to take up this for us. Please introduce yourself, my guest.
Okay, good morning. My name is Aisha Dafala. I work for La Vie Foundation. Mm-hmm. I'm the project coordinator. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who is Aisha?
Aisha, I work with the community. Mm-hmm. And my strength is so much with the elderly, mm-hmm. because I grew up in my family, my mm-hmm. father taking care of elderly. So I've grown with that.
Okay, you've taken after your father.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about the interest in the elderly? What about the elderly? You know, the elderly they do not have any strength. A lot of people want to do things that they get back money, you know, they get paid up well. That's what people want to invest their lives doing. But when you talk about the elderly, these are people who, in my opinion, you don't earn much if they have to pay. Yes. Why the elderly?
You see, I know one day I'll be old, and I really want to be taken care of mm-hmm. the way I'm taking care of the others. Mm-hmm. As I told you, I grew up in our family. My mm-hmm. father used to take care of elderly people. Mm-hmm. And I'm firstborn in our family. Mm-hmm. And I was the 11th in the house when I was born.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There were people living with
yes.
you guys in your family?
Yes.
You were the 11th?
Yes.
Yet you were firstborn
I was firstborn, yes.
Wasn't that too burdensome?
To me, mm-hmm. it was okay because I was brought up from one arm to the other. Mm-hmm. You know, there were a lot of people who
take care.
Yes, to take care of me. Mm-hmm. And since I was the mother to my father, mm-hmm. you know, I was.
You're named after.
I was named after my grandmother. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine, I was allowing to the family. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What else does Aisha do? Apart from taking care of the elderly, how else do we know Aisha?
As you know, I've been living in a private life, mm-hmm. sorry, mm-hmm. and I normally donate blood.
Okay.
I started donating when I was 17 years. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're a blood donor?
Yes, I'm a blood donor.
Wow.
Yes.
So known?
Yes.
Okay.
And on 11th September, I donated my 64th time.
Wow. 64th time,
yes.
on 11th of September.
Yes.
Why do you donate? I know it is good to donate, but what drives you to keep on donating blood?
You see, when I was 17 years, I was in Form 3. Mm-hmm. And this blood it was the Kenyatta National Hospital, I think, mm-hmm. that time. Mm-hmm. They came to donate. They normally go to schools for students to donate.
Yes.
So there was that peer pressure. So it's like, who will donate, who will mm-hmm. donate? So I donated. Mm-hmm. And when I donated, I stopped. I didn't donate because there was, you know, when people don't know the importance of something, mm-hmm. you are normally discouraged. Mm-hmm. So my parents were like, why are you donating? So I stopped. But that was 1981. Mm-hmm. In 1986, I was working with the Kenya National Assurance Company. Mm-hmm. I have a friend he's called Madam Leah. Right now she's working with the Kenya Wildlife Services mm-hmm. in Nakuru. Mm-hmm. Her brother had got an accident. So she came to my office and asked me if I can go donate blood for his brother. Mm-hmm. For her brother, sorry. So he was in Mata Hospital. So he was in ICU. She took me to the ICU. I saw the brother. Then I went and donated blood. So ever since 1986, I've been donating till to date.
What is your blood group?
O positive.
O positive. So you can, actually anyone can use.
Actually, me, when I was donating, I didn't know, you know, when you start doing things, I didn't understand much.
Yes.
So me, I normally used to go to donate in Kenyatta National Hospital. And, you know, Kenyatta National Hospital, they have the Kenya National Blood Transfusion.
Yes.
And sometimes they come in town. So whenever I see them, I donate. Normally, I donate in Nairobi and Mombasa. So it's different from Mombasa, Nairobi, because in Mombasa, when somebody was really actually needed blood, they used to call me. Are you due?
Why?
Because
why Aisha?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
but you just
know.
love doing it.
I just
what
love
drives you to be the one who is donating blood every day, every time there's need? Because when you're donating blood, you're also losing.
No.
You're not losing?
We are not losing. You know, for a woman, you're supposed to donate 4 times in a year. After every 4 years, 3 times in a year. After every 4 months, you donate. You are due. But you see, when you go to donate, it's not just, I just go and donate. I have to be tested.
Yes.
Do I have enough blood to donate? So normally when I go, I donate. And Makyu, me, I make sure I eat well. I live well, so somebody needs my blood. Yes.
So are you like the highest blood donor? Are you known with such kinds of titles?
No, me, I didn't know that this national blood transfusion they're counting. Till 2016, I was called. And they told me, oh, we've realized you are the highest female donor in Kenya.
Wow,
that time I had donated.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
2016,
2016.
Highest female blood donor in Kenya.
That time I was 58. Had donated 58 times. And we have our highest. I call him my brother. He's my brother. He's called Kennedy Sanya.
He's the highest.
Yes, he has donated so far 1991. Yes.
What joy does that give you? Just to save a life? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
just to save a life. And you know me, when I was doing, I didn't know. In fact, I was just doing it secretly. I didn't know that.
Without any intentions to be recognized.
In fact, when I donated the 10th time, I was given a certificate. That's when I showed my father. So my father told me, "You've been donating 10. This is the 10th time. So is that the way you've decided? Proceed."
Okay.
Yes.
So that is what motivates you, just to save a life and help
somebody. Just to save a life, yes.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel so sorry when somebody want to be assisted with blood and I'm not due and maybe I've just donated. So I feel I just donate.
So what you need to do is you have to donate blood for a female. You have to donate blood every 4 months.
No,
after every 4 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thrice in a year.
Thrice in a year.
For a male, it's after 3 months.
After 3 months.
And you see, it's
What is the importance of that? Why do you have to? Why after 4 months? And what happens if you don't donate?
No, you see, for a woman it's different because you know when you are pregnant, when you are breastfeeding, you are not supposed to donate.
Okay.
And you see, we have this problem. We have these our menses. So there is that flow. Sometimes you have a flow. So
yes.
So, but me when I'm okay, I just donate.
Okay.
Yes.
So you encourage other people also to donate?
I donate also. My other people donate, and I'm proud to say that I have my son. He's now 24 years, and he has donated 15 times.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations. I can see, listening to you, that your father trained you in a way that you are positioned to help other people.
Yes.
Always in your heart, you're concerned about other people. And your father brought you up that way, and now you're bringing in your son that way. Let's get back to caring for the elderly.
Yes.
Yes. What, apart from you having grown up in a family where your father was taking care of the elderly, it's not a must, it's not mandatory, you know, that because you're brought up in this way, then you take it up by default, you know. What really made you to think that I can also pursue this line of taking care of the elderly?
Let me share with you. We are many in our family. And I'm proud to say it's not me alone who does charity work. All of us, we do everybody in his own way. And when our father was alive, he passed on 2006. When he was alive, he used to ask us the 10%. Everybody, you give him the 10%. He knows what he'll do with that. So after he died is when we realized that he was really assisting a lot of people. And we are trying as much as we cannot fit the way he was doing, but everybody is doing his own or her own way. I have my sisters, my brothers who support other people in paying school fees. Yes.
Okay, so why the elderly people?
Now,
Do they pay you?
No,
They don't
not,
pay you?
No, we are not paid.
So how do you make a living out of taking care of the elderly people?
You just sacrifice.
It's just sacrifice.
Sacrifice. And so I happen to be with another interfaith organization. I have some Asian partners who they support me. Yes.
Okay. So where is this based? It's called La Vie.
La Vie Foundation.
Yes. Where
It's
is
in
it based?
Kibra, though we work countrywide.
Okay.
Yes.
What exactly do you do?
We have elderly people who are, we normally meet on Thursdays. We cook food for them. And if we have collected some food or some clothes, we share with them. Yes.
So do they live, is it like a center you have?
No,
where?
it is just a daycare.
Okay.
They just come for a day on Thursdays.
And go back to their homes.
And go back to their home. Whatever we've cooked, they eat. But some of them, they don't eat. They normally come with, they carry because they have some grandsons with them, maybe the grandchildren. So they feel they should go share with them. Yes.
Growing up, Aisha, you had your parents and you had many people in your house, including your siblings, and you were able to take care of your own parents, right?
Yes.
What has happened that now the elderly have been abandoned and now well-wishers and charity workers have to take care of them instead of their own families?
You see, what is happening now, it's the family value. People have failed in life. And you see, let me share with you something. There was a time a good friend of mine shared with me something. Somebody took his 12-year-old boy, and they went to one supermarket to another. They went to the first supermarket, then the second supermarket. Now they were going to a third supermarket. So the son asked the father, "Daddy, why are we coming from one supermarket to another? What are you looking for?" He says, "You know, your grandfather has become old, so whenever he's taking tea, he's breaking cups. So they are looking for this, you know, these Mabati cups? The silver.
Yes.
They are looking for that. You know, in this supermarket, they are not there."
So we have to keep looking for them.
So
because they want to have the ones that don't break easily. Okay. What did you think about that?
So the son told the father, "Dad, when you go, you should buy many. Because even when you grow old, I should not go to one supermarket to the other." You see? So
we keep the same for you.
Yeah, we keep the same for you. So you can imagine, the son have already thought that when somebody is old, you are not supposed to take tea with the precious
cups or plates. Yes.
Yes. So you know what happened? The father they went back home. They never went to another supermarket because he changed his mind. So I think it's the way you brought up your children and how you show them the love to
the
elderly. Yes.
What is it that people are not doing? Because right now you have a son you mentioned who is 24. I'm not sure if you have any grandchildren, you know, but how are you teaching your son to be able to take care of you later when you're so old and you're not mobile as you are today?
I'm proud I have a grandson.
Okay. Congratulations.
He's in Form 1 now.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. You don't look like it.
I think because of the blood donating, maybe that's why I look young.
It makes you look younger.
Yeah, because
I think guys have had that and they
56.
need to start donating. You are 56.
Yes, I'm 56.
Wow.
Yes.
With a grandson of?
He's in Form 1.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So you're already teaching your son and your grandson how to take care of you. How are you doing that? You know, society sometimes is very unfair. People are very selfish and they are only good to themselves. Nobody wants to share, you know, however little or however much. People only want to share leftovers and not in a good way. Not in a good way. So how are you teaching your sons? Because from the story, the brief story you have shared with us, you can see this is what the son was able to pick quickly, you know?
And just to share with you, when I didn't tell him direct, one day in Mombasa, my donating day was due. So he was in holidays. And I told him, just take me somewhere. So I went to the blood bank in Coast General Hospital. So I went there and I was donating. So there was a lady who came crying that the mother needs blood. And you see me, when I donate, I don't know where my blood goes.
Because you don't wait for an event.
No, I don't wait.
When your time is due, you just take yourself to hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went there. When I was donating, there's a lady who came. The mother is admitted and is in need of blood. So I just advised the one who was bleeding me. I told him, please, my blood, give the lady my blood. So I don't know what my son thought. So he started going donating. Yes.
Because he was able to learn from example, from what he was seeing. Okay. So apart from you gathering these people and just cooking for them, you know, and letting them go, are you helping them in any way? Because they eat your food only that one Thursday, right? The rest of the times, where are they eating from? How helpful is that to them?
As I told you, I have some well-wishers. I normally get food for them. And we share with them. Whatever we have, we share the uncooked food.
So they're able to carry?
Yes, they're able to carry and go cook.
Okay.
And we have some elderly who are not really elderly. They have their energy. We have some microfinance. They normally contribute even 50 shillings per week. And we are able to give them loans. You know, 1,000 is a lot to do a business. Chako, sukuma wiki, nyanya, so they do that.
So some of them have that strength.
Yes,
when you're considering the elderly people and bringing them into your society, into your kind of foundation, what age are you looking at?
65 plus.
A minimum is 65. Okay, yes. Because at 65, somebody is still a bit strong. My biggest question, Aisha, is what happened to these people? Of course, you mentioned that the families lost their values, but are these people, is it that they never had children? Is it that all their children only met with misfortune, that they can no longer take care of the parents? Because it looks such a shameful thing to just take and dump your parents, to now be taken care of by charities and in such kinds of organizations when you are still alive.
Let me share with you something. There's an old man. He used to be a florist. He had only one daughter with 3 grandsons. So this man he still had the energy. But one day I was just called that he had some wounds, both legs. I used to have a doctor who used to treat for me. I normally take the elderly person for them to treat. So he told me, we have to check what's happening with this old man. So he took the blood sample. So when he was diagnosed that he has a very bad infection. So, and he was supposed to be given some injection. He cut off for everything. But after the injection, he had the infection injection. After that, he had a very low blood in the body. The blood was very low. So he told me he normally admits in Mbagathi, and he cut us for everything. So I called the daughter. I told the daughter, mzee ni mgonjwa, ni baba yako, lakini kamwi, at least to saidiane. So she told me she'll come. She never came. So when I tried to call her, the phone was off. So I told my sister, she's called Zahra. I told Zahra, please, let's not take this old man to Mbagathi. Let's try and feed him the vegetables, whatever, so we see the blood level.
Okay.
So we tried that and we managed. So we tried and worked, because we normally work with the administration, the chief. So I went to the chief and we tried to call the lady because of the father. Now the father needs really attention. She couldn't come. We went to the chief and we called. She was called to come, but she never came.
And other children?
The grandson, the grandchildren, they normally come because
other children also, just all even his other sons and daughters.
No, that lady has 3 children.
Okay.
Now it's the grandsons, the grandchildren to this old man. So when this man has money, when he gets his salary, the grandchildren, they just come and collect and leave the old man. This man is just living in a veranda, somewhere in a house, in a veranda. So the lady never came. So we had to take care of the old man until after some months, the old man passed on.
What do they say is the major problem? Because everyone who, I know you really love your children, being a mother, you know, and I know you wouldn't treat your children like that. What would make your children treat you like that? That when they hear you have a problem and you're sick, they don't want to get close to you. You know, there's a way your children can give little support, you know, and there is also the best way or the natural way where all of them are wishing that you will get well, you know. They will do whatever they can for their mom and dad to be fine, right? But what happens in the scenario where they have dumped you, they don't want to get close to where you are. Instead of a shelter, you're now living in a veranda. Nobody wants to take care of your medication. And these are people you bore and took care of all their lives. You have given them the education and gotten them to the levels where they are. What exactly happens? Is it that these parents abuse the children, or what exactly happened? What is your story?
As I've told you, I work with the community. We have a problem with the parental. Sometimes the parents, they differ. Mother and father, they differ.
Yes.
So maybe everybody goes his way or her way. Maybe the mother is taking care of the children. So when the children are out, they've grown up, already the mother have poisoned the children.
Yes.
They don't care about the father.
So
And
part
normally,
of the major causes of this is the divorce.
the divorces.
The divorce. So when people have gone apart, one person goes to the children. And now the children hate the other person.
Because the mother tells, mimi, baba yenu hakuwalea, mimi ndo nimewalea. Or the children, when they are growing up, maybe they see the father beating the mother. You see, already it's in their mind. So we
There
don't
are
care.
families, Aisha, where there's the families that are not functional.
Yes.
They are so much dysfunctional, but you'll still find the father is in the home, however absent, but he's in the home, you know. He's paying school fees, you know. Much as he doesn't buy you clothes, he doesn't buy food, but he's taking care of your education. Somehow, he's contributing to your livelihood, you know, somehow. Though he's not doing it 100%, you know. So what happens that you forget all this? Yes, my mother struggled. She went and did this and this for us to eat. She went and did this and this for us to dress up. But my father, on the other side, was paying school fees. He was paying house rent. What happens that the children forget these things that they see? Because children don't forget easily. They remember a long way back.
They remember.
Yes.
And also, normally I tell, when there are these cases for mother and father, I normally tell the parents, don't forget that the children, they can never have a former mother or a former father. But you can have a former husband or a former wife.
Yes.
But the father still remain the same,
Yes.
and the mother still remain the same.
True
So you should keep that relation, because it's important. Yes, it's
So
very, very important.
divorce is one of the key things, and misunderstanding, the dysfunctional families.
Yeah, we say it, and we have these cases, single mothers.
Yeah.
Single mothers, yes.
So people go with their mom or their dad, and they are hearing a lot of negative things about the other person.
Yes.
To the extent that when they're so sick, you'd not come on board to help. Really?
And you see, we have some challenges because sometimes when we take care of I hadn't finished about the old man. We took care of the old man until after like 9 months, he passed on.
He died.
So we called the lady, telling the father has died. So when we called him, he switched off her phone. And you see, he was a Muslim. And you see, Muslim, we bury the next
same
hour.
day, yes.
So we had to bury him. So he died around 12:30, and we buried him at 4. So around 7, it's when she was switching off on her phone. So she saw, because we wrote, mzee amefariki. So, you know, she called us telling us, oh, nakuja kuchukua baba yangu. Already we had already buried. So we have that challenge with also Muslim, you know, Muslim, Christian. It's the problem is also the same. Sometimes we take care of an old man or an old lady, but when she passed on, the children come. The children come. The children come.
So what happens all this time? Where are they?
You just wonder.
Do you have laws, since you work with the government, right, that guard you and shield you from such kind of things, so that it doesn't sound like you have stolen a body, you have stolen someone, you're taking care of someone without the knowledge of his family?
As you see now, I thank the government with the ministry. We have now some bills which are being passed on social protection, and you see the way we are working. The government knows everything, and also the elder person, they have the money they normally get every month, the 2,000.
Yes.
So, though sometimes it's challenges, some when they are getting the money, the children, the grandchildren, they come and demand the money, and they go with all the money.
How can you protect them from that?
Now we are trying to see how we can do, and another challenge we have that you know, we don't have a specific place to keep the elderly.
You don't have a home.
We don't have a home.
Do you think they require a home?
When we
They
have
do.
they do. They require a home.
Why?
So,
How about where they live, where they go back to after Thursday meeting?
Yeah, they live. We try, and we rent houses for them. But you see, the houses we rent, they are in the slum area. Because we see we work in Kibera, Mathare, in Majengo.
Leaving these people to live on their own, Aisha, is that even helpful? Because they're already so elderly, they need some support. Some of them are not so mobile, because you said you do 65 plus, right? So these people who have been so wounded emotionally by being dumped by their own families, don't you think they are more stressful and weaker inside than even in their flesh?
Yes, they are. Though
How are they surviving? Haven't you had issues of depression, people committing suicide?
Yeah, we do some counseling, and we have our partners. They're called Sister of Precious Blood. They normally support us. They do some. They come once in a week. They do some cleaning, feeding, because some of them are home based. They cannot move. They're just in their homes. So we try and do whatever we can. We are trying. Yeah.
They're trying. Yeah. When you call the family members of the elderly people you're taking care of, do they come, some of them?
They don't come.
None of them comes? They
don't come. And you can imagine we pass through chiefs. Sometimes, yeah. They're called.
None of them come?
They don't come.
But they want to come for the body,
they don't come
a dead body. What do the elderly people tell you is the reason that they go through all that?
You know,
why do they tell you they were abandoned?
But you know, sometimes when you want to go deeper to that, it's like you are
digging up on a wound.
Yes. So you just do whatever you can. You do the best you are doing, but you don't want to go deeper. Sometimes, if necessarily,
they don't open up.
Sometimes some they open. And let me share with you something. There's the home visit I do. One day I went to a home for she's 75. I went to her home. That was last year in December, during Christmas. And you remember last year they were doing immigration. They were doing something called immigration with the elderly person. They were registering them. They were doing some registration. So when I went there, I found an old man there. So that lady called me, oh, msichana wangu umekuja. So that man was saying, hey, a Muslim lady, and this lady, well, how come this lady is calling msichana wangu nini? So she started talking. So I shared with that mzee. I told him, mzee, let me tell you, whatever you have right now, please try and utilize it. If you have a rental house, whatever, you use the money now. So long as you have that energy, you have that whatever.
Don't keep it for the children.
Don't keep it. In fact, I told, don't keep it for the children.
Oh my goodness, that is so sad. I need us to take a short break and then come back and hear that nicely. Viewer, we are taking a short break. Our SMS line is 21144. We are also on YouTube and Facebook Live. You can watch us over there. See you shortly. What did you tell them?
My name is Zawadi. At Mahanaim, I studied to qualify for the IGCSE through the Cambridge International Educational Program.
We Mahanaim International High School students enjoy extracurricular activities such as joining GBS TV Club, Taekwondo, cultural dance, orchestra, swimming, foreign languages, community service, and much more. I believe this unique experience I gained here will go a long way into strengthening the future me.
The teachers and other ministers at Mahanaim spared no pain in running with us until the end of the mile, until we secured all of our goals.
And that's how I passed my IGCSE exams.
Mahanaim International High School cares about my future. Beyond our education, Mahanaim nurtures us to have bright and healthy mind so that we could become great future leaders.
people have dominance over themselves. Why?
Daddy, no money. Give me money, I'll buy for you. Daddy, I say I don't have money. I know, Daddy.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard its spots?
예수님이 우리의 모든 죄값을 다 지불하셨기 때문에 예수님 다 이루었다라고 말씀하셨잖아요.
So Jesus paid for all the wages of our sin. That's why he could say it is finished.
Yesu alipa mshahara wa dhambi ya deni zetu lote, ndiposa akasema kwamba imekwisha.
하나님은 슈퍼컴퓨터와 같은 분이에요.
Everyone, God is like the supercomputer.
Upendo wa Mungu ni kama hii supercomputer.
Kulipa is now easy with EasyPay. When you shop at your local supermarket, fuel your car, dine out, book a flight, make other payments or pay your bills, you want simplicity, security and convenience. It's accepted everywhere you see the EasyPay sign. And it works with other mobile networks too. What's more, you can withdraw your cash at the supermarket till where you see the cashback logo. Get your Equitel line or download the Easy Banking app today because Kulipa is now easy with EasyPay.
Everywhere GBS. Welcome back, viewer. We are talking about caring for the elderly, and I'm here with Aisha, one of the greatest blood donors in our country today. She's also taking care of the elderly. She has the La Vie Foundation in Kibra, and she's telling us what she's doing. In Kibra, you say that's where you are. So you're telling us a story before we went on a break about a 75-year-old lady or man. What happened?
Yes, the lady takes the money. When she takes the money, they are paid with the government. The government pays the 2,000, but sometimes they're paid on lump sum, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
So when she takes the money, the grandchildren come take. Yes.
Aisha, inside of me, I'm still fighting and struggling with this one bit. What would make me as an individual that never made you take your father into a children's home or into an elderly's home, to be taken care of by charities and CBOs and such kinds of organizations, What is it that your parents did? What is it that you have done that now this has to be the scenario, And plus, growing up, things do happen, People get old, and not everybody does that. You could get a caregiver in your home, and take care of, and pay them to take care of your parents. Why do people opt to take them to the homes?
See,
or just abandon them?
Yeah, they abandon because they see it's their nuisance. Maybe they don't have time. They don't have time with their parents. And you see.
They are a nuisance.
Yes.
And they don't have time.
Yeah, they don't have time.
Think about a small baby who is born. They poop everywhere on you as a mother. I mean, you struggle too much. You have a lot of sleepless nights. They get sick and you don't know what to do, and they can't talk, and they can't tell you it's paining here or here. But you have to figure out as a mother, moving up and down to wherever to get help for them. What do you mean a nuisance? What do you mean there's no time?
You see, like I told you, we used to have an old person we used to live with. Sometimes my mother cooks food. So when you she's given food, what he does, he takes a spoon, he looks whether there is meat. If there is no meat, he's not eating. He say, kwani hakuna nyama?
So they don't eat.
And he's toothless, in fact. He doesn't have. So you see, when they grow old, they become like children. You see. And there are some people, they cannot bear that. And
they have to be fed.
They have to be fed.
To be worn clothes.
You see, when
Even
we are
to the
living
bath.
when we are living with that old man, you see, we used to put hot water. You take to the bathroom. He he showers himself.
Oh.
But it reaches a point he needs to be showered. And
He needs to be dressed.
He's to be dressed.
And
to be
those were not
undercarriage.
your relatives.
No. You
So
can
now
imagine.
what about if that is your father? Would you still feel burdened to do that?
No.
Thinking of what he did for you when you were born?
No.
So why do people, these people who are brought here, are they not brought or dumped by their own children?
Yeah, they are dumped.
Yes.
Yeah, they are dumped.
By their own children.
Yes.
So what is happening in the elderly's homes?
In the elderly home, sometimes we visit, when we visit, we're home-based. We don't have a home.
Oh, you don't have a home.
We don't have a home,
Yes.
but we have some who are, we do some home-based. You go, bathe them, feed them, clean the house. Yes.
Put them outside the sun
Yeah,
to get
put
some
them,
vitamin,
sometimes, yes.
and then take them back.
Yeah, and you see some of them, they don't even talk. He can't say, I want, she can't say, I want this, I want that. No, they don't speak.
They don't.
They don't speak.
So you cook for them and feed them?
Yes.
So how do they live? They just live alone?
Some we look for caregivers, of which is a bit challenging. You see, we have to pay them. Yes. And also sometimes we sacrifice. We go in turns. Whoever wants to volunteer, we have volunteers. But you know, you cannot volunteer for life.
You can't?
Yeah, you cannot.
Okay. You had mentioned a story where you were advising a certain man, you know, whatever property he has, he should use it all for himself while he still lives, you know, and not keep that inheritance for his children later. Why such a bad kind of heart, if I would call it?
You see, like now we have some elder person, they are being killed by their member of family because of the property.
Oh my.
Yes. And we are starting that project in Kilifi, and we have identified some youth who are really paid to do that job.
To kill the elderly person?
Yes.
Because of?
Property.
Property. Ah.
So they
so
say...
the members of the family are the ones who pay somebody else to kill their father, for example, so that the father can leave for them property.
Yes.
But for you to inherit someone's property, there's got to be a will.
Yeah, definitely. You see, when your parents pass on, it definitely is the child who has to inherit.
No,
so
not necessarily. You could, when you write a will, you could write and say, I want to donate my property to a children's home, to a charity home, to this kind of organization.
But you see, in
it
Kenya,
doesn't have to be your children.
You know, in Kenya, we've not reached there.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
really?
not. Yeah, we've not reached
I thought
there.
people have, you're free to write your will to whomsoever.
No, we've not. We've not reached there.
So it is guaranteed. It's for your children.
Yeah, it's for my children.
Really? Okay.
Because you see,
so
when we are
then
talking,
would they kill you if it's theirs?
You see, in Islamic, in Islam, even if you write a will, when you die, the will it's non-valid. Yeah, it's
Why?
Because we are not supposed to write a will. You're not supposed to write a will. Maybe I give you when I'm still alive, but not to write a will.
Okay.
I give you
the property
if I want, but to write a will, no, because you see, in fact we have a chapter in Quran how you can how you can share
the property,
the wives, the daughters, the sons, and the brothers, maybe the mother. Yes.
So an elderly person has been working so hard their entire life, and they've been able to gather property a lot and a lot of wealth, you know, and now his or her own children want to kill her or him for this same property.
Yes.
So what do you advise? That they should just give out to their children when they're still alive?
No.
Or they should eat up everything? Or they should rather not even invest?
You see what now we are doing? We are trying to empower the youth to what can they do in life to own their own property, not to see what their parents or what their grandparents have.
But you see, that may never happen to all of them.
Yes.
Because if your father has a lot of property, you don't want to struggle. After all, he's old, soon he will be dying, and you will take it up.
And
so
also,
if that is what you know, why kill your father?
And also, it's not necessary to the elderly persons. Also to the sisters. Sometimes we have sisters within the family. So the brothers feel the sisters are not supposed to inherit. So we have another challenge within the family. It's within the family. Yeah.
So what are you doing about that? What are you doing about that? Do you have some elderly people who have property?
Yeah, we have some of them because
you do.
Like when we are doing this project, we have their ancestral land. We do relocation, so we build for them like two rooms and a toilet. So they go to their ancestors. They live Nairobi, they go there.
And who takes care of them?
Some
because there, I think then they're
some
more
in fact they don't like going there because of the social life they've been here. You see, they feel uncomfortable going. It's rarely.
They are also very lonely.
Yeah, they're lonely. Yes.
And how are you working out to make sure that these challenges are actually solved? Like the loneliness because you don't have a home. So at the end of the day, somebody still goes back to their own place. They have no one to talk to. They have no one to cook for them. You know, their own people are the ones who make them even more insecure. How do you curb these challenges?
Just to share with you, sometimes also when somebody has a home and she's with the son, the elderly, they suffer sexual, yes.
They're sexually abused.
Yes, they're sexually
by
abused.
their own relatives.
Yes.
Okay. By their own relatives, they're sexually abused.
Yes.
So they're so lonely, they have no one to talk to. The people who are there abuse them sexually. No one is there to cook for them. The little money they get, they are snatched. The property they have, they are killed for someone to inherit it. So the people that you have that have property, you know, what advice are you giving them? Where do they take their property?
Sometimes even to share that they have property, it's hard. You just
it's not easy for them to speak.
Yeah, it's not easy for them to speak. Yes.
But don't you speak to them and tell them the importance of talking about it, because sooner or later they will die someday. And when they leave this property, it's still not going to help them.
And let me share with you something. Most of the women, they are suffering through the cultural. Maybe they lost their husband. They don't want to be inherited. So they prefer to be in Nairobi because they've been living with their husbands here in Nairobi rather than going there. Yes. So some, they lose their husband's property because of the cultural.
So they have to be there in the homes to be taken care of.
Yes.
And run away from that battle.
Yes.
So for the ones that you know have property, how do you shield and protect their property from these angry birds?
As I told you, sometimes it's very hard for them to share. Let me share with you something. There was a lady who was married, and the husband passed on. Then he was inherited by the husband, the brother, to the husband.
Yes.
The brother wanted to inherit her because he knows the property the husband had. So after that, he chased the lady.
After taking over everything.
Yes. The lady was there at the rural. After that, we tried and got her some money for her maybe to start a business, 10,000. I don't know how this lady was communicating with this man. When this man knew she had the 10,000, they were reunited again. So he had done access also to the M-Pesa. So the night he came, he took everything and left her. So sometimes it's hard.
These people must be suffering a lot of difficulties in their hearts and depressions and high blood pressure. How do you deal with such? Because they are not paying you any money. You have to rely on well-wishers, you know, and charity people to help you take care of them, you know. How are you taking care of this? Do you look for counselors? Do you get people to talk to them? How are you dealing with these issues that come to them like depression and high blood pressure?
Now, you see, we have some partners, as I told you. I have my colleague called Tom Okech. We work together. We normally source for counselors, and also Tom got somebody who we look for the elderly who are really in need, and we pay for them the NHIF card, so they can access to the medication. And also some counselors, they come and volunteer and talk to them. Yes.
So when they die,
Yes.
when they die, are you the one who bury all the bodies, or all of them, their people come for them?
Sometimes people come for them. Some of them we bury, and we normally bury in Langata. Yes.
You bury in Langata.
Yes.
For the ones who have opened up and said, look here, I have this property, I have this and that, how do you deal with that?
Is where we build for him. He shows us the land. We go through the administration even. Then we go, we just build a
structure
for him, and we relocate him.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, Aisha, you're doing a really, really good job. I'm really pleased to have been here with you to listen to all the good work that you're doing. I also know that the viewers have been able to watch this and they have learned a lot. And I also hope that those who have been watching now know they don't need to abandon their parents. Please speak to our viewer and tell them the last words on what you want to say about this caring for the elderly.
Yeah, I'd like to urge my fellow viewers that we should take care of our elderly person, because, mark you, one day even you will be old. It's not that when you do something good, you expect something good to be done to you, but at least there's possibility that you did something and maybe something good will be done to you. So please, we take care of our elderly persons. Regardless if it's your parents or it's your grandmother, but whoever you see is old, please try and assist where you can.
Okay. Thank you, Aisha. It has really been good to have you. Thank you for coming. Thank you to viewer. It has been a good time. We have learned a lot about taking care of the elderly persons. Please do not neglect those that are near you, especially your parents. It is sad that your parents take care of you when you're so young, not knowing even how to step, how to eat, and how to do anything for yourself. And later, this is how we repay them. It was really sad to listen to that story from Aisha, from what happens. And I hope we can actually rise up and listen to this once more from our YouTube and Facebook channel and just get up to the challenge of taking care of them. My name is Betty. I've been your host. See you next time.